So the way I like to fish this Damiki Underspin is I've already lined up on my structure. I want my first cast, I want that bait to go all the way to the bottom. So I let it sink down and I watch my line. I'll demonstrate throughout this cast. So we're setting in 20 foot of water right here with the 1/4 ounce underspin. Let it make bottom. All right, there the line stopped sinking, it laid flat, so I know it's on the bottom. The first thing I like to do is pop it up with my rod tip. And that makes that bait kind of pop up off the bottom a foot, 1.5 feet, and then I just start a slow, steady wind. I don't want the bait rising in the water column as I'm retrieving it. I want it to kind of stay at the same depth. So I'm throwing this on a Revo MGX. It's a 8.0 gear ratio. Just a slow, steady wind after you pop it up off the bottom. And you want to try to maintain a distance of 5 or 6 feet off the bottom. And occasionally, every once in a while, about halfway back to the retrieve, I'll pop it and just make that bait dart up and then let it fall back to the bottom. And I'll kind of make a mental note of how far it sinks so I know how far my bait was off the bottom on that when I'm halfway back on my retrieve. But it's just a slow, steady, natural wind. You don't want it to, you want it to just look like a lazy minnow swimming by, something they can't resist, that, you know, they've got to try to eat because, you know, it's not trying to get away from them. It's going to be an easy meal, especially on high bluebird days where you got high pressure. That can really be important and get you a lot more bites just by fishing it just kind of that slow, natural, steady pace. So again, I'm letting it go all the way to the bottom on the initial cast. Like I said, this is the 1/4 ounce model, so it takes it a little bit longer to get down there. I've got it on 8-pound P-line tactical fluorocarbon, and that actually helps it sink a little bit faster. But the main thing throwing it on that lighter line does is it keeps that bait from lifting on the retrieve because your line diameter is a lot smaller than, say, if you were throwing it on 12 or 15. It'll give you more of a direct connection to your bait so you don't have a big bow in your line underneath the water surface. Everyone nipped at it. So I just had one nip it right there, and I'm gonna let the bait fall all the way back to the bottom and begin to retrieve again. See if we can get him to follow up and hit it again. I got a nipper. Not a eater though. I seen him. He was about yay long.
He followed you in?
Yeah. There we go. Got one on my underspin. Oh, there we go. Nice little fat spotted bass on the Damiki Underspin. You know, this is a great bait, great small profile bait when you've got high bluebird skies like we have today. Absolutely no wind, just some of the toughest conditions possible.
It's Mike Iaconelli. This is Bass U TV.
Here's what's awesome about Bass U TV.
You get the top instructors.
You will learn things at Bass U that you will learn nowhere else.
We take the mystery and the myths out of bass fishing.
Real tools that help you catch more fish consistently.
At Bass U TV, shoes are optional.
And I like turtles.
And that's why you want to check out Bass U TV.
Join the Bass U family.
Welcome to Bass U TV.